Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to YourLiveEvent.com as our special presentation here, our preview show of the 2021 State Wrestling Tournament here on YourLiveEvent.com. And boy, what a crazy year it has been here in the state of North Dakota for wrestling. Of course, wrestling got started here just the beginning part of November. At least for 1 week, everything was as normal. They got a full week of practice, and then that Friday, the state of North Dakota, the Governor Doug Burgum, executive order, paused the season for what was at that time a month. What ended up being a 2-week pause, followed by then 2 weeks of practice. So Hillsboro-Central Valley and really every other team in the state of North Dakota unable to get a match in until the middle part of December. That saw the cancellation of the very popular and traditional Hillsboro-Central Valley dual tournament going on in the beginning of December. That had to be canceled. Hillsboro-Central Valley also unable to go to as many tournaments here this year. A number of them canceled. A number of them canceled. Also, a number of them just altered, reducing the amount of teams. And unfortunately, Hillsboro-Central Valley unable to really go to as many tournaments as they had hoped to for this year. But we are so excited to be able to have the state wrestling tournament coverage here for YourLiveEvent.com, as we will feature every single match for the Hillsboro-Central Valley boroughs at the Fargo Dome here this Thursday and Friday. This is our state wrestling tournament preview show. We will talk with all 10 of the boroughs that are competing at the state wrestling tournament. We'll also talk with Coach Trace Bockey as well. Want to thank the sponsors that you will see and hear throughout this special presentation. Without them, this coverage of our preview show and the coverage of the state wrestling tournament would not be possible.
The unknown consumes so much of our lives. That's why Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota is committed to providing clarity. We recognize that comparing colleges, especially the price, can be confusing. Concordia has always been a place where students of all economic backgrounds find success. And for next fall, we are reducing tuition by more than $15,000 so that any student who can imagine themselves at Concordia can be a Cobber. Now's the time to take a look at Concordia College, Moorhead, Minnesota. ConcordiaNow.com.
If you're a service tech, Valley Plains Equipment wants you. Valley Plains Equipment is looking for experienced service techs, and they want you to join their team. You can earn up to $40 per hour depending on experience. Enjoy paid time off, 401k insurance, and your uniforms are taken care of. So if you're looking for a career as a service tech, or if you just like a little change of scenery, apply online at valleyplainsequipment.com for any other dealerships in Hillsboro, Crookston, Hunter, Galesburg, Valley City, and Jamestown. Valley Plains Equipment, dealers on the move.
State Wrestling Preview continues on YourLiveEvent.com as we're joined by 106-pounder, the 7th grader, Sawyer Owens. And Sawyer, 7th grade, kind of what has it been like kind of having to grow up so quickly here at getting thrown right into the varsity matches right away?
Well, it kind of helps that I was practicing when I was younger with the high school, and I guess I've been wrestling since I was really little, so it helps.
Yeah, just kind of what has this season been like, just kind of the craziness, the uncertainty, and having to try to kind of be like a sponge here all throughout the season, just kind of learning, kind of growing as we right in front of our eyes.
Yeah, it's been crazy with all the COVID stuff going on, but just got to roll with it. At least we're having the sport going on right now, so that's pretty much.
Yeah, just how excited is it that to be able each and every day to still be able to go to practice and compete and get a chance to grapple on the mat?
Yeah, it's really fun going to practice. I'm very grateful that we still have it, so yeah, it's really fun just going out on the mat and wrestling.
Yeah, talk about, your season here, kind of maybe started, like you mentioned, a younger kid, maybe a little bit unsure, didn't go the way the start of the season, but then really kind of came to your own mid-season form, and now I've just been kind of struggling, banged up a little bit.
Yeah, I had my first loss, was my first match, and then I wrestled really well the rest of the season. And then one day in practice, I tore my meniscus, so I've been out for a couple weeks, and state is going to be the next tournament I'm in.
So, not to give, your too much secrets away, not to try to maybe give the game plan to the opponents, but how is your health going into the state wrestling tournament?
It's going to be good by the state tournament. It's pretty good right now, but I'm still wrestling in practice, so it'll keep getting better from on.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess it's one of those things where if you're given the choice of, maybe being banged up wrestling in the state tournament or not, obviously you're gonna take a chance to be out on the Fargo Dome floor.
Yep, Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess kind of with that, what are your expectations here for the state wrestling tournament for yourself here this season?
I want to place this year, but I guess I'm not supposed to because I'm coming in as a 7th grader. But it's a good goal for me right now. So.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely it is. Hey, anything can happen at the state wrestling tournament, especially this year with the expanded 32-man brackets. It'll be a unique situation and, a lot of unfamiliarity. So, hey, what I guess is the thought process with that, hey, why not go ahead and try something, go ahead, get a win match. Why not?
Yeah, it's not really the goal to get to state now because everyone gets to do that. It's now to place at state because it's going to be really weird having 32 kids out there. It's going to just be like a elementary state tournament. Yeah,
absolutely. With you being a 7th grader, kind of talk about just your teammates here. They've been, I guess, supportive knowing throughout this season. And is that something that you've leaned on some of the ones that you're familiar with, maybe for some advice, some guidance throughout the season as well?
Yeah. Wrestling with Henry at the beginning of the year helped a lot because he's been a really good partner to help me grow as a wrestler, and he helps me a lot with some moves and stuff that I don't know. So, he's a great partner. And the coaches and all the other wrestlers help me.
You talk about the coaches there. Just kind of, what's that like? Obviously, Trace, a younger coach, and then, after practice, you still come home and your dad's an assistant coach as well.
Yep. It's my parents always tell me that he's a dad at home and a coach at wrestling. He's a bit different at home and then as a coach.
All right. Well, Sawyer, thanks so much for your time and good luck here at the 2021 State Wrestling Tournament.
Thank you.
Sawyer Owens joining us here on our State Wrestling Preview. Stick around, more to come. YourLiveEvent.com.
During this cold and flu season, keep your body and your wallet healthy with savings at your locally owned Health Mart drugstore, Hillsboro Drug and Gift. Hillsboro Drug and Gift is your full-service pharmacy offering prescription and over-the-counter medications, cough, cold, and flu medications, and more. Hillsboro Drug and Gift is your home for giftware, home decor, and seasonal items. And there's always something new with a great selection of gifts and cards for all occasions. Hillsboro Drug and Gift, your locally owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
When you're way, way out in farm country, right in the middle of harvest, there's nobody watching. No audience, no crowd, the only bright lights beam from a combine. And they're not pointing at you. All that's here is a field. It may not look like a place of glory, but there's still a winner. There's still a score. And for many farmers who planted golden harvest corn this year, victory is about to set in. Talk to Tim Gazett Seed Sales, 701-430-0877.
State Wrestling Preview Show continues, YourLiveEvent.com, talking with Carson Gazett for Hillsboro-Central Valley. And Carson, another one of the 7th graders, really a youth movement here at Hillsboro-Central Valley Wrestling. Just kind of talk about that first year here so far.
Yeah, so it's not a whole ton that I can say from experience that's different because it's my first year. And Corona hitting, that's just like normal for 7th grade because that's all I've experienced.
Yeah, just kind of talk about how that has gone through this year, just kind of what it's been like, kind of adjusting. And, as you mentioned, I guess a COVID-19 sports, that's kind of all you really know right now. You being a 7th grader here, with that, I kind of talked with Sawyer as well about this, but is this kind of one of those things where luckily some of the veterans, some of the junior seniors, have you been kind of working with them, talking with them, just trying to learn what you can here this season?
Yeah, it's nice working with them because they have a lot more experience than I have in the high school wrestling stuff and working on moves, and it's awesome that they could help with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking about your season, with being young, you've had some ups, you've had some downs, and now, you're hopefully trying to get that one final tournament here, the state wrestling tournament, see if you can make some noise there at 113.
Yep. I'm probably not going to place, but I'm hoping to get 2 matches winning and not get double eliminated. Be nice.
Yeah, kind of how much are you maybe taking this year as a bonus or kind of a learning experience here to know for for that future time, you can kind of know what some of these late season tournaments are. You can know what the state tournament is like and kind of use that here in your upcoming years.
Yeah, it'll be nice because now if I don't make it to regions, say next year or state, then and I make it the year, but after that, I'll know what state's like and know how it works, know how people wrestle. That'll be nice.
Yeah, absolutely. I mentioned kind of the youth movement here for Hillsboro-Central. Is that something that, you can kind of see and kind of buy into that, hey, a few years down the road, we've got some pretty good young guys that, hey, if we continue to develop, we can kind of make some noise here at the region and state level in a few years?
We just got to get some of those guys more experience, and we'll have a solid team.
Yeah, absolutely. With that, just talk about, that and, kind of working day in, day out, kind of the coaches, what you've been able to kind of help learn just about wrestling from them here this season.
Yeah, there's a whole ton of moves, a whole bunch of situations that I've been in that helped me on the mat, but that's nice that I could learn them from a high school coach.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Carson, thanks so much for your time. Good luck here at the state wrestling tournament coming up here in just over a week.
Thank you.
All right, Carson Gazett joining us here on YourLiveEvent.com. Our state tournament preview show continues.
Welcome 2021. We are all happy you are here. Time for a fresh start. Hello, Shane with Irie Insurance. The start of each year brings excitement and opportunity for those of us in agriculture. At Irie Insurance, we feel the excitement as well, and we want to make sure 2021 gets off to a great start as you plan for the planting season. We would love to sit down with each of you for annual policy review and make sure your farm's equity is protected. To find an Irie Insurance agent near you, go to IrieInsurance.com. Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity provider.
Hillsboro Lumber has DeWalt tools and Milwaukee Power Tools. Choose from DeWalt drills, sanders, impact drivers, hammer drills, jigsaws, skill saws, multi-tools, and all DeWalt power tool batteries and accessories. Hillsboro Lumber will work with you on any remodeling project, and they will assist you with any building plans you're considering. And they remind you of laminate flooring and many styles of cabinets available. Call 701-636-4301, Hillsboro Lumber, Hillsboro.
YourLiveEvent.com. Our state wrestling preview show continues with our 126-pound wrestler, freshman Adam Smith for Hillsboro-Central Valley. And Adam, I know a little bit late here during this season, but kind of what's it been like? Yeah, this abbreviated, even more abbreviated season for you here this year.
Well, it hasn't been too bad. It's been nice to be able to come back. It's very convenient that the spot was open. Glad that I have the opportunity to wrestle for a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess, you're one of those that kind of stepped away from a little bit, then able with some prodding, some convincing, able to talk back. You're welcome. Part of that was me trying to tell you, hey, to do it again. But something definitely that you're glad you stepped back in here for this season.
Yep. Very glad. Definitely be coming back next year for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess talk about, with that, even in this season, kind of what were some of the things that you were able to learn here for in this just short amount of time even?
I think I've just gotten better at just overall improvement from last year. Still not the best, but making progress just in general.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, only a freshman. So is that kind of one of those things that, hey, you can kind of think of, big picture of, hey, I'm still learning. I'm still trying to get better here, and something that, you can continue to kind of build on here in these years to come.
Yeah, they say a lot that your third year and fourth year are when it really starts to show all the work you've put in. So this is part of year number 3, so the good things should be soon to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, kind of that built-in advantage here just with COVID-19, the expanded state tournament, the guaranteed spot into the state tournament, and kind of what will that be like for you to be able to get a chance, to wrestle on the Fargo Dome floor?
Oh, that'll be good. Otherwise, I probably would have just had those 2 matches at regionals. So this is nice. That'll be able to have more matches this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess, is that one of those things where you're just going to take the advantage of, any mat time is good mat time to have?
Yep. That's all I can really ask for right now is more time to wrestle and get more experience for next year.
Yeah, absolutely. That definitely is something that, talking with Trace and kind of the youth of this team definitely is something that you're kind of building towards, is that, that next year, that next 2-3 years and is that something that I guess that you can kind of feel that, hey, there is potential here for this team coming in years to come?
Yeah, we got a lot of really good young guys. They just need some more experience, and And even this year, we've got most of the weight classes. I mean, we've got a few, 3, 4 that we don't have, but some of those will definitely get filled as next year with some people just growing, getting a little bigger. We should have most of them, and we've got to recruit a little bit more too, but we should have most of the weight classes filled next year.
Yeah, absolutely. So kind of going into this state tournament, really, I guess, what are your expectations, your goals for yourself going into this those final 2 days of the season?
Well, I'd really like to win a match this year. That would be nice. Yeah, that's kind of my goal, is to win or at least not get pinned. That's really my goals.
Yeah, no, definitely a definitely achievable goal. A great opportunity, really, to get that first chance at the state tournament. That's something that can be a stepping stone for years to come. Definitely.
Yep.
All right. Well, Adam, thanks so much for joining us here, and good luck at the state tournament this year.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, Adam Smith joining us here, yourliveevent.com. More to come for our state wrestling preview show.
Work has begun to replace Line 3 near your community, and keeping everyone safe is our top priority. We have established robust COVID-19 safety rules for our workers, and when they're not at work on our project, they're advised to follow local health guidelines, because we all want everyone home safe. For more information, visit enbridge.com/line3us.
This is Sam Preston, student athlete at Hillsboro High School, and I urge students to refrain from using drugs or alcohol. Doing so can result in getting kicked off the team, damage to your reputation, and damage to your body. Stay sober and stay on the right track to success. Live above the influence. This message is brought to you by Hillsboro School District.
The service from Hillsboro Dairy is fantastic. It is reliable, and the products are quality and fresh. Milk products delivered right to your door like we do at our home. Milk products, juices, cheese products, cream products, yogurt, cottage cheese, butter, margarine, non-dairy items, frozen entrees, frozen chicken, seafood, frozen soup, fettings, bread, bakery boy, frozen doughs, frozen appetizers, all available from Hillsboro Dairy, delivering right to your door. Call the Udder Guy, 701-436-5877.
YourLiveEvent.com. Our state wrestling preview show continues with freshman 130-pounder Carter Iverson. And Carter, the state wrestling here coming up here in a week. We'll kind of backtrack a little bit, talk a little bit kind of how the season has gone for you.
Yeah, I feel like it was pretty good, but I still feel like I could have done better than what I did.
Yeah, talk a little bit, kind of the growth for you here this season. I kind of made a joking about you a little bit early on here. I coached you back in junior high football, and I was like, did you just eat the original Carter Iverson?
Yeah, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, talk about, your work in and out of practice here each and every day, just trying to get yourself better.
Yeah, definitely. Thank God the coaches are pretty good at what they're doing to us. Make us improve quite a bit.
Yeah, is that, I guess, something, you take advantage of that with the coaching staff, with some of your wrestlers of, day in, day out, making sure, asking questions, trying to learn new things, just trying to be a sponge and absorb as much as you can for the years upcoming.
Yeah, that's definitely right.
When you look here towards, HCV wrestling, only a freshman, and, there's a lot of 7th graders, some 8th graders, some freshmen. Definitely is the thought process of, hey, let's, develop, work hard here in practice, get better, and, in a couple years, hey, we've got a shot to really improve.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many kids are coming up from 6th grade and all that, but I think we'll have a pretty decent team later on.
Yeah, and that's, something that, you can look forward to of, hey, we got a shot in a few years to maybe be along the ranks of maybe a PCN or a Carrington, kind of get back to some of those heights that HCV has been at before.
Yeah, that'd be pretty nice before I graduate. I'd like to try and get back up to those standards and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, let's talk about, state coming up here next week. Just kind of, what's your thoughts? What's your anticipations going into the state wrestling tournament?
I would definitely try and place, and it's going to be a weird state tournament.
Yeah, absolutely it will be. Talk about, just how your mindset's gonna have to be. It's a lot different of a state tournament. Again, kind of talking just with Derek, maybe the youth and experience of not necessarily having so much experience with state can maybe be an advantage for someone new.
Yeah, definitely having some experience will definitely help and all that.
Yeah, with the state tournament being, only 2 days in the morning sessions, one of those, you're going to have to be ready to wrestle right away.
Yeah, definitely. Some of those mornings can get pretty slow.
Yeah, but, and then, maybe coming in as a younger guy, hey, is maybe the thought, like you mentioned, a place of, hey, why not go ahead, let's try something, let's just see maybe we can pull an upset, get by that first round, and then really anything can happen at the state tournament.
Yeah, once you get past the first round, hopefully it'll be a bit easier, but not too much.
All right, absolutely. Well, Carter, again, thanks so much for your time. Good luck here at the 2021 State Wrestling Tournament.
Yep, thank you.
That was Carter Iverson for Hillsboro-Central Valley.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that people are really going to appreciate.
We make products that last decades. Being able to stand behind our products and having something that is so known for that is awesome.
Did you know that every time you read that bedtime story, you pop a bowl of popcorn, or you settle into the sofa to watch a movie? The city of Hillsboro is hard at work behind the scenes to power the moments that matter. You could say, we warm up your downtime. At the city of Hillsboro, we power businesses too, keeping the lights on and providing the reliability our community needs to thrive. We're here for you with safe, affordable power. We power on.
YourLiveEvent.com, our state wrestling tournament coverage. Our preview show continues on Your Live Event, talking with sophomore Henry Nelson at 138 pounds. And Henry, for everyone, it's been a crazy kind of year, especially for you coming into, a new town, a new program as well.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah, it's been kind of new, a little challenging, but I think I gotten used to everything. It seems pretty great.
Yeah, just kind of how was that? Just trying to adjust, to the new teammates, the new system, new program, something that able to, I guess, kind of learn, be accepted by the teammates, and just kind of a seamless transition for you.
I feel like I got a great connection with my teammates, building over the practices. We've been doing a lot of things together, going through tournaments. Even though they're only 1 days, we still do plenty of stuff. I don't know, our teammates are like family in the room. We treat each other all the same, great. The coaches are very great. They've treated me the best, and they've helped me very much this year.
Yeah, with that, talk about, kind of what that has been like, just throughout the season, kind of some bumps in the road throughout the season, kind of got into a slump, but have really kind of come into the own here, kind of once the calendar turned.
Yeah. It kind of did start a slump. I wasn't making weight, or I wasn't able to go where it was. But I think I'm pretty solid right now, 138, making it. Our team is getting pretty solid. We're ready for state. It's been pretty hard practices so far, and hopefully we'll be ready to compete.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned just kind of being a sophomore, kind of unique situation, just kind of with the demographics of Hillsboro-Central Valley. A sophomore not necessarily thought to be one of the top, the leader type, kind of the models for the team. But, a lot of ones younger, so definitely have kind of had to take a step up above, maybe to kind of be in that leadership role so early.
Yeah, that's true. We don't have a lot of big kids, I guess, but we have a ton of 7th graders and 8th graders. And hopefully if we can, especially me, just treat them how to keep in wrestling and keep practicing hard and keep going out. We'll have a great team, hopefully, when our 7th graders keep building up.
Yeah, kind of with that, you mentioned just being 7th graders, but you having 2 more years, definitely one of those things where as they're building, as they're growing, you can kind of still kind of be on this team. So when want to make some state and some region, kind of noise with them, but give them 2 more years, you can kind of be that leader of the team as they're kind of, growing along as well.
Yeah, that'll be great. I can't wait till that happens, but I still want, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, as you go to the state wrestling tournament coming up here in, just over a week, something that, you're familiar with, but get to be, normally I'd say get to be on the other side of the mats, but now with only the Class B side, but just kind of what it'll be like for this state wrestling tournament this year.
It's definitely going to be a lot different with the 32-man bracket, only 2 days to wrestle it in. But I think that'll also make it a little bit fun, just having to go to Class B and seeing all the teams out there, all full squad, because some teams don't always make it, and it'll be really nice. And then most of our people haven't made it to state, especially all the young 7th graders. So that'll be really cool to go in that Fargo Dome, see all the teams, see the big experience. I don't know. I love state. I love going on the matches, hearing all the crowd yell. I think it's an awesome experience.
Yeah, absolutely. It is an interesting, 3 days. It is its own, kind of beast of its own. It's something that not until you've experienced it do you really fully understand it. Maybe is that something that you can kind of take on the advantage that I know it's different, but you know what it's like to be at the state wrestling tournament. You've been on the floor of the Fargo Dome before.
Yeah, I think it's definitely I feel it's great having experienced that. It's definitely given me advantage. I remember going in 7th grade, totally like just kind of like scared, like, oh crap, I'm just a 7th grader in a big high school state. But this year, I think I'll take it. I'll just treat it as any other thing, just a regular tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that, I know the goals are to make it to Friday, pull to the wins together, and really see how high you can get on that podium come late Friday as well.
Yeah, I'm going to keep pushing for the best. I'm still hoping to aim for the finals. That's going to be my dream. I love watching the finals as, I don't know, just turn off the lights, crowd roaring. I don't know. That's just one thing I want to be in.
Yeah, it definitely is a sight to behold and definitely a great experience. Henry, thanks so much for your time and good luck here at the state wrestling tournament.
See ya.
All right, Henry Nelson joining us here, yourliveevent.com.
K2 Seeds is pleased to help sponsor this broadcast. At K2 Seeds, we appreciate the hard work, competitive play, and good sportsmanship the Burros present each and every time they compete. Good luck, Burros, from Chad and Cody Kritzberger at K2 Seeds.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local planter experts. Tune up, add up, the math is simple. Every additional percentage of meter accuracy adds a bushel or two more per acre. While they should run at 98% or better, many do not. That's why no matter who made them, no matter their type, every meter should be calibrated every year. Keep your meters in top-notch shape. Call RDK at 701-636-2119 to schedule your meter maintenance today.
YourLiveEvent.com. Our state tournament preview show continues with 145-pounder Ben Thompson. And Ben, here, as we get ready for the state tournament, if you would, talk a little bit about kind of how this season has progressed for you.
Well, I skipped 7th grade as a wrestler, and then I decided to join back in the 8th grade. And so far this year, I've progressed and gotten way better than I started off as.
Yeah, I guess talk a little bit about just that growth here through the season, just kind of watching. You can kind of see, obviously, start of the year, maybe some jitters, some nerves, just some inexperience, but kind of as the season has gone along, definitely something that you've, kind of improved on here day in, day out and gotten better throughout the season here this year.
Yep. Definitely right at the beginning of the year, I was kind of off a little bit, kind of jittery and nervous, and then so far throughout the year, I progressed and gotten way better and more. I progressed way more and gotten better at wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely. With that, the youth movement here for Hillsboro-Central, a lot of young, promising, 7th, 8th graders here this season. Is I guess something that you kind of think about, you can see and really kind of thinking about can buy into the future of, hey, give us a couple more years to continue to learn, continue to develop, and we can make some noise in the region and state ranks.
Oh, yep, that's for sure. We definitely got a lot of 7th and 8th graders to progress throughout the next couple of years. So, yeah, we're definitely growing bigger as a wrestling school, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And is that one of those things where it's just kind of fun, like I mentioned, seeing you improve throughout the year? Is that something that's fun, too, to see some of your teammates also kind of learn and improve and kind of get that ball rolling here this season as well?
Yep, we've definitely had lots of kids improve throughout the year, I've been noticing. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, with that, a couple of, upperclassmen that kind of are the rock for the team. Is that something that I've talked with some of the other ones? And is that you the case that, hey, they're a great leadership. They're ones that, hey, we can go to, we can talk about kind of, learn more and just kind of pick their brains to help ourselves improve a little bit.
Yep, we definitely have a lot of good leaders in our group of kids. And whenever a kid doesn't know a move or something, they're always helping out.
Yeah, and absolutely, that's got to be fun to know and refreshing to know, and just makes it kind of easier day in, day out at practice every day.
Yep, that's definitely for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, as we kind of go to the state tournament here, what's kind of your anticipation? What's kind of your thoughts here for this unique state tournament that we're having in 2021?
It's definitely going to be different. I haven't really been to a state tournament really, but I think it's going to be weird with all the mask mandates and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. But hey, kind of for you, one thing is, like you mentioned, not really there. Some people, maybe they're unfamiliar that have been there, but hey, you're not going to know anything else different. So
yeah.
It's just the state tournament to you, really.
Yep, that's for sure. Hopefully, this COVID stuff ends so we can get back on track with normal wrestling and can end the mask stuff.
Yeah, no, I think we can all agree on that as well. What are maybe your goals here, what you kind of want to hope to be able to accomplish, hope to be maybe even just to learn at the state tournament this season?
I hope to improve throughout the state tournament. This is going to be one of my first really big state tournaments or something like that, and I hope to improve and hopefully do really good in state this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Is this, like you mentioned here, is just being a young one here, is this something that maybe you can take and learn kind of the experience? Because state wrestling is an entirely different animal, that state tournament is, and something that, hey, you can take the advantage of going to it this year, and in the upcoming years when you come back, you can kind of know what to expect a little bit.
Yep. Over the next couple of years, I'll be sticking with wrestling, and hopefully year by year I can do better and better throughout my wrestling career.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned there, kind of took a little bit of the break from wrestling. Is that something that maybe you're kicking yourself? And more importantly, is that something that you're glad you're able to get back in here still young as well?
Yeah, I think I definitely should have stuck with wrestling throughout my 7th grade year, because it's kind of catching up with me, but all I can do is improve.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely something that we can see, and we hope all it just continues here in the years to come as well. All right, Ben Thompson, thanks so much for joining us here, and good luck here at the 2021 State Wrestling Tournament.
Thank you.
All right. Hillsboro-Central Valley Borough 145-pounder Ben Thompson joining us here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. From sunup to sundown, they're turning quarters into the dollars that drive our rural economy. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
You can trust Paul's Hometown Repair for professional service on your vehicles, cars, vans, pickups. Bring them in to Paul's Hometown Repair Hillsboro. Whether it's light work such as oil changes and tune-ups, or more serious matters including transmission work and engine overhauls, they'll get the work done for you at Paul's Hometown Repair. They'll get your vehicle back on its wheels, running like new. Call 436-4676 to schedule your vehicle for service at Paul's Hometown Repair Hillsboro.
YourLiveEvent.com. Our state tournament preview show continues with the 152-pounder junior John Guerra. And John, if you would here, going into state wrestling once again, it's been a unique season. If you would just, talk about the 2020 into 2021 wrestling season.
It's been a weird one. Having no multiple day tournaments besides the state tournament, it takes a lot out of the season. Those multiple day tournaments are a lot more fun than most of the single day tournaments.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess kind of, with that, the different changes in opponents, just the lesser travel, really it kind of makes every match that you have that much more important this season.
Yep. All those matches only go to the region rankings. They don't go much into state rankings for all those. You're wrestling the same point from the region time and time again.
Yeah, absolutely. Just, kind of talk about how this season has gone. One of those, you've shown flash, you've shown potential, and really were able to kind of put it kind of together there just a little over a week ago, with that region invite, and really trying to get that peak here as you get into the state tournament.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so just kind of talk about what that region invite was kind of like for you there a couple weeks ago.
I knew I had to wrestle my best there, and I pulled it out. And very few mistakes, no big mistakes given up. Need to fix those little mistakes, and those will really help out for the state tournament coming up.
Yeah, that's when I was talking with Trace Bockey kind of after the tournament here and leading into this. That's kind of really what he said was, that those last two matches really were you were able to kind of not give up that mistake, kind of stay with it, and then kind of take it to them in that third period, which was able to power you in those two wins.
Yeah, those two matches were some of the toughest wrestlers I've had all season that are close to my range. Beatable, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Now talk about, as you go into state wrestling, just kind of what is it to think with this unique, different state tournament only being, Thursday and Friday morning?
It's going to go by quick. I feel like there's going to be, especially for the first day, it's going to go by pretty quick with all the matches and probably a lot of upsets too, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. With that, it is kind of, a mixed bag, a lot of drawn-in opponents with 32 only seeding the top 8. So kind of how do you maybe, weather that or kind of approach that knowing that, hey, every match is kind of a wild card match?
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty weird. I'm hoping to, get a good draw in there, not screw up the first round, because that's the big thing. If you lose the first round, it's going to be a long way back to any placings.
Yeah, absolutely. And a wrestler like you, maybe might have to kind of be in that drawn-in thought. But if you get that good draw, survive that first round match, then it's a matter of, hey, you just got to find a way to win two before you lose two, and have two good matches, and you can find yourself on the podium come Friday late afternoon.
Yep, hopefully. It's gonna be a tough fight, but I'll work for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of with the state wrestling tournament, kind of something that been able to be part of here for a few years. With the team going a couple of times, and then you individually. So maybe an advantage just to kind of know here going into this year. I know no one really knows exactly what to expect, but at least having some familiarity of what the state tournament is like.
Yeah, me and Barrett have been there 4 times now, counting this one. So we got the most experience out of the team going into it. So we're going to have to know what we have to do.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk about that, some of the experience. One of the things I've talked with the 7th graders is, they love to be able to talk to the juniors and seniors on the team, kind of pick their brain, know what to expect. And being one of those, is that kind of something that, you take pride in being able to kind of help some of the younger kids on the team?
Yep, I know how much they look up to us, especially because I was in that place when I started in 8th grade, and with all those great juniors and seniors that all graduated now, helping me out a lot. I want to do the same that they did.
Yeah, absolutely. John, thanks so much for your time here, and good luck at the 2021 state wrestling tournament as well.
Thank you.
All right, John Guerra joining us here on YourLiveEvent.com. Our state tournament preview show continues. YourLiveEvent.com.
Big Tex is a name you can trust to build great trailers. Big Tex and Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro are the names behind quality, precise design, and depth of production line. Big Tex, where style does not get lost in the rugged construction of products. Big Tex is made to last and made to perform. When your Big Tex touches the ground, it's tested and warranted, ready for every transport job you have. Get your Big Tex trailer at Bloomfield Enterprises Hillsboro. Contact Ben at 701-261-9779 or Tim at 701-430-0877.
If you're a service tech, Valley Plains Equipment wants you. Valley Plains Equipment is looking for experienced service techs, and they want you to join their team. You can earn up to $40 per hour depending on experience. Enjoy paid time off, 401k insurance, and your uniforms are taken care of. So if you're looking for a career as a service tech, or if you just like a little change of scenery, apply online at valleyplainsequipment.com for any of their dealerships in Hillsboro, Crookston, Hunter, Galesburg, Valley City, and Jamestown. Valley Plains Equipment, dealers on the move.
YourLiveEvent.com. Our state tournament preview show continues with the lone senior for Hillsboro-Central Valley, Devin Henkel, 160-pounder. And Devin, I know not the senior year that you expected, but that's just kind of how it goes here for this season.
Yeah. I guess this year, I was trying to work hard. I've been in since sophomore year, but it's kind of tough, starting as only having 3 years of experience. But
yeah, absolutely. Just kind of talk about what the last few years have been like. Kind of leading to your final 2 days being a member of HCV Wrestling.
I definitely got better during the last few years. I remember starting, I didn't really know anything, and now I can go out there and I guess last longer and actually put up a fight, I guess, during wrestling. So
Yeah, absolutely. Is now you kind of, we mentioned being the lone senior here. One of the things a lot of 7th graders, a lot of 8th graders, and one of the things they said is that they love the group of upperclassmen that they have that they can kind of talk to, can kind of lean on, can kind of pick their brain and learn. And, being that lone senior, is that something that, you take pride in being able to kind of help the younger ones that'll be the future of bro wrestling?
Oh, yeah. We have fun in practice, and it's fun to teach the kids, like wrestling moves and stuff, and to get them better and everything. So
yeah, absolutely. I guess what's it just been like here these 3 years? Some turnover coaching ranks, but Trace Bockey kind of coming into his own as a head coach, and definitely some maybe you're not going to experience it, but definitely some bright futures ahead for HCV wrestling program.
Oh yeah, Coach Bockey I think he's a really good coach, and he pushes us hard in practice, and then days we push hard, we might have a fun day or do something a little light, and yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. As you lean here towards your your final state wrestling tournament coming up here in just over a week, kind of the unprecedented 32-man brackets, only 2 days in the mornings. Any idea just kind of how you're gonna prepare yourself for that state tournament?
I'm gonna have to work hard in practice, and I'm gonna have to go out there with a really good mindset. Go out there aggressively, and that's how I'm gonna go out there.
Talk a little bit about just kind of what your goals are, what you hope for this final wrestling tournament of your career.
I guess my goal is at least to try to place. I think right now I'm gonna try to win my first couple matches instead of getting eliminated right away like I did last year. So.
Yeah, definitely. With that, with the 32-man brackets, with only seeding, the 8 is kind of a little bit of a wild card. But maybe as a thought, hey, if I can get that, a good draw in that first round, kind of survive that, get back into the round of 16, and then it's just you got to win 2 before you lose 2, and hey, why not go for it then?
Yeah, I'm gonna go out there aggressively. I got nothing to lose at this point, so yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And, kind of with the changes in the schedule here, the elimination of the multi-day tournaments, without having, really any experience kind of in those Region 3, Region 4 areas, I guess kind of similar advantage. You don't know necessarily who to be afraid of, and you can kind of just go in an open mindset and, kind of wrestle your own match during those matches.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about state is that you don't really know who, outside of your region, who's good and who's not. So you can go out there pretty hard and, like you said, not be scared on who you're going to wrestle. And that's what I try not to worry about too. So
yeah, absolutely. And as we mentioned here, a senior, your final couple of days getting to put on that HCV singlet is kind of what it's been like here in these 3 years being a part of the bro program.
I think it's been great. I'm glad I joined wrestling this year or sophomore year, and I honestly wish I joined earlier. So
yeah, absolutely. Devin, thanks so much for your time here, and good luck here at the 2021 state wrestling tournament.
All right, thank you.
All right, bro senior 160-pounder Devin Henkel joining us on yourliveevent.com.
There's no way to count the number of sandwiches you've packed over the years. Hard to imagine this day would come. Yeah, there's still the same fields, the same roads, the same hard work. But now they're in someone else's hands. And you couldn't be more proud of who you're handing the farm to. No matter what the future holds, Ag Country is here to help you plan ahead.
When it comes to insurance, you should be confident that you're choosing the best option. I'm Rich Gerke of Farmers Union Insurance, Hillsboro. Let's find and discuss the best insurance policy for your home, auto, farm, life, or business. Stop in to see Ryan Updahl or I at our Hillsboro office, or give us a call at 701-436-5777, or toll free at 1-800-498-5777. This is Rich Gerke of Farmers Union Insurance, and we look forward to doing business with you.
The Vets Club in Hillsboro is your place to go after a long, hard day's work or after the game to meet up with your friends. You're welcome anytime at the Hillsboro Vets Club. They're the place where family, friends, and neighbors meet. Check out their daily specials from 4 to 6 p.m. or their Saturday night appetizer menu from 4:30 to 7. And you can stay and play all night long. The Hillsboro Vets Club is proud to support Hillsboro-Central Valley Borough activities. BFW Post 4172 and the Lynn Smearing American Legion Post 4 welcome you to the Hillsboro Vets Club. YourLiveEvent.com, our state wrestling preview show, talking with... What weight class are you, 70?
Yeah.
Okay. You're live... Perfect, there we go. YourLiveEvent.com, our state wrestling preview show, talking with 170-pounder Barrett Wilson. And Barrett, it's been a crazy year, but hey, only two more days left on the tournament here, coming up with the state wrestling tournament coming up the 18th and 19th.
Yeah, it's been a different year. Definitely nothing that we're used to, and I think whoever adapted to it early is gonna profit from it at the end of the season.
Yeah, just talk about that, the adaption of the season here, kind of knew what to expect with football season coming up, but now a, kind of crazy different thing with wrestling, just kind of what that was like trying to day in, day out, just kind of trying to watch and, kind of adjust to the new normal.
Yeah, with football, we had masks on for a little bit at the end of the season, but nothing prepared me for beginning a season with masks on wrestling. It was really different, really tough, and we definitely got used to it at the end, right now and after a while, but the beginning was pretty tough to get used to it.
Yeah, talk about here how the season kind of has gone for you as you started, here your junior year, having to kind of take on one of the leadership roles here of the Borough Wrestling program.
Yeah, one of the more experienced people on the team, and just doing what I can to show the younger kids what's right and what's wrong, and what to do and stuff.
Yeah, just kind of how your season has, kind of progressed here, maybe some highs, some lows, trying to get back up in the highs here as you try to, peak here at the state wrestling tournament.
Yeah, a lot of highs and lows on the season. I'm going to try to put everything into a few matches at the state tournament, and hopefully come out on top on most of those.
Yeah, with that, obviously, state last year didn't go, I guess, necessarily how you hoped, unable to kind of make it to Saturday. This year, one goal is to get on the podium, and kind of once you hit, if you can get into Friday, hey, just kind of keep those matches coming, see how high you can get in that podium position.
Yeah, last year, definitely ended how I didn't want it to end, and I remember that match and kept working throughout the off season and during the season. And just kept that match that brought me so much disappointment at the end of last year, and helped me keep pushing for this year.
Yeah, just I guess talk about that motivational factor. Is that just kind of, I guess, one of those things? I know for me personally, my sophomore year, I lost in overtime trying to get into the placing rounds, and I'd wake up just throughout the rest of the year kind of with a nightmares thinking about that. Is that kind of just something that's kind of lingered in what you hope to maybe kind of use as a positive as those motivations coming up here at the state tournament?
Oh yeah, definitely try to use it as a positive. You got to think about it, but you can't think about it too long, or it's gonna give you a negative effect. But you just gotta put it in your mind when you think about quitting or stopping to work out or something. It's just helps you push forward.
How do you kind of prepare for this, unique state wrestling tournament? You're used to, the 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, kind of the long breaks in between the matches, but this year 2 morning sessions, and they want to get it done, and so it'll be a quick turnaround match after match.
Yeah, gonna have to be on my A game the entire day, especially with all the 2 short days that we have. Gonna have to be hydrated, getting a lot of energy. It's gonna be whoever has the best game plan for it. I feel like is gonna come out on top, and hopefully I have a good one.
Yeah, I guess kind of with that, is that where, some of, I guess, the conditioning, some of that off-season workout really is going to have to come into play here with this that quick sprint to the state tournament?
Oh, yeah. Conditioning is going to be huge.
on whether you have enough for the last match or last period in the last match, that's what I'm going to be focusing on these next week and a half, is just getting that extra stuff in to make sure that I don't run out at the state tournament.
All right, Junior Barrett Wilson joining us here on our state wrestling preview show. Barrett, thanks so much for your time, and good luck at the state wrestling tournament this year.
Thank you.
H509. If you're already a member, thank you. If you're not a member yet, we'd like to invite you to join North Dakota's largest chapter of Dollars for Scholars, Hillsboro Dollars for Scholars. Every graduating student who applies for a scholarship will receive at least one scholarship. If you've got a student that has, or as an alumni of Hillsboro, you received a scholarship, please consider giving back to H509 so we can continue these amazing gifts for future Hillsboro graduating students. For information, visit H509 Hillsboro Dollars for Scholars Facebook or website pages.
Sorum Oil Company, Highway 81 in Hillsboro. For when you need repair work done on your vehicle, need an oil change, need new tires or tire repair, visit Sorum Oil Company in Hillsboro. They fill LP tanks, bulk delivery of your home heating or farm fuels, and carry batteries. Call your locally owned full-service gas station, Sorum Oil Company in Hillsboro, 701-636-5356. Brad, Jody, and Blake Sorum thank you for your business, and they look forward to continue serving you at Sorum Oil Company, Highway 81 in Hillsboro.
Dr. Craig Rothfuss Dental Practice in Hillsboro is accepting new patients. They offer patients of all ages a full range of dental services, including Clear Correct, which is an option for invisible braces, and a $99 whitening program. Dr. Rothfuss accepts multiple insurance plans, including Delta Dental, United Concordia that was affiliated with Blue Cross Blue Shield, and Principal Dental Insurance. Bring your smile to Dr. Craig Rothfuss Dental Practice in Hillsboro, and the friendly staff will help make it sparkle. Call 701-636-4244 today.
YourLiveEvent.com, our state wrestling tournament preview show continues with 195-pounder Derek Cecil. And Derek, just talk a little bit, kind of how this season has gone for you here so far.
Oh, well, this is like my first year wrestling. The last time I wrestled was in 5th grade. I mean, I wasn't too serious about it. It was pretty much just to get me in shape for football. That's kind of what it is right now. But I started out pretty rusty. I was getting whooped up on in practice by kids that were smaller than me until I learned the moves. And now it's going a lot better for me. It's made me a lot better. Coaches taught me a lot of stuff. Even though I started late in the season, I still feel like I improved a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk a little bit about, why you wanted to try to get back into wrestling, and like you mentioned, just the growth here from when you started to now.
Okay. I wanted to get back in. It was actually one of the refs that talked me into it. He saw me in the weight room. He said, "You could probably be a good wrestler." And I was like, "All right, I'll give it a try." And took me up to the coaches. We talked about it, and I thought it seemed like a good opportunity. And that's kind of how I got started.
Yeah, something, you enjoying it? Glad that you are back in the sport?
Yeah, it's hard, but it's pretty fun. I'm not looking to go into college or anything, but it's good high school experience for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about with that, kind of your expectations going into the state tournament here next week.
I don't really know how good kids are going to be. I've never been to a state wrestling tournament, so it'll be new for me, but I think I'll be able to compete, because I've learned a lot in these past few weeks. Most of these past few weeks and I have starting out, so I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess maybe something that is it maybe an advantage for you, the fact that you've never been to the state tournament. It's a weird state tournament this year. There's nothing weird about you because this is all you'll know for a state tournament.
Yeah, from what I've heard, it's going to be really crowded because everyone's going to state because of the COVID, and yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess with that, just what's kind of your approach? Maybe some of the goals that you're maybe just hoping to achieve for this year's state tournament.
My goal is to just place something maybe 6 at the least, but I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about just your teammates, like you mentioned, coming back into the sport. Maybe we're a little bit late this season, but something that the teammates, great set of teammates around you, welcoming in there, just really just a part of the team now.
Yeah. the teammates, they've helped me a lot. Like anything I'm asking for in practice, they help me, because like Barrett, he knows pretty much everything, and he's just as much help as coach is during practice, because if he doesn't move on me, I'm like, oh, how'd you do that? He explains everything to me. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's, I guess, one of the, the things just about Hillsboro-Central Valley Wrestling. I know back from my time, it is a nice, good, tight-knit team with the wrestlers, the coaches. Definitely a great opportunity here at HCV.
Yeah. It's probably the best sports experience I've had so far.
All right, very glad to hear that. Derek, well, thanks so much for your time, and then good luck at the state wrestling tournament this year.
Thank you.
All right, that was Derek Cecil joining us here, YourLiveEvent.com. More to come on our wrestling tournament preview show.
American Crystal Sugar Company, with their 4,000 plus employees and shareholders, are deeply rooted in the communities of the Red River Valley. They're committed to the sustainability and growth of their business and to improving lives in the places where we work and live by investing in people, our communities, and the future of American Crystal Sugar. Visit crystalsugar.com to learn more about scholarships, grants, volunteerism, donations, and more through the Community Roots American Crystal Giving Program. Growing strong community roots. American Crystal Sugar Company.
Great Plains Fireworks, located on the west side, frontage road I-29, south of Degelman's in Hillsboro. They're open by appointments. Call 701-436-6140. Also like them on Facebook for information. Let Great Plains Fireworks help you get fireworks for your family celebrations, neighborhood parties, and events.
Pretty, pretty, pretty. They have chest thumpers.
Great Plains Fireworks, open by appointment only, Hillsboro, North Dakota, 701-436-6140. Like them on Facebook.
My U of M is real, hands-on, and will get me ready for anything. Crookston is the U of M for me.
State wrestling coverage, our preview show continues on YourLiveEvent.com as we're joined by the coach for Hillsboro-Central Valley Borough Wrestling, Trace Bockey. And Trace, who would have thought that we're here, but here we are getting ready for this 2021 state wrestling tournament.
Yeah, I know it's very exciting to be a part of this. Like you said, who knew that we were actually going to be here? It's nice that we are finally here, and we are excited. Myself, Coach Owens, and the whole team. We're just excited to be here and be ready to wrestle.
Yeah, just talk about that. The excitement, just the mood in there, just knowing the fact that this season will be able to culminate in a state tournament.
Yeah, no, it's nice knowing that we're going to have a state tournament. I think all the kids kind of understand that we're fortunate to have a state tournament. They know that it can be taken away in an instant, as we saw last year with some other sports. We're lucky enough once again this year to have a state tournament like last year. So just keep telling the kids that, hey, we're fortunate, so make the best of it, because some kids don't have a state tournament.
Yeah, approaching the state tournament, we'll talk about the changes here. But first, kind of the one of the first changes, the kind of just break that we've had really the last 2.5 weeks, competed there, the last Saturday in January, and really, a 2.5 week break until you get to state. Just kind of, how do you kind of handle that situation?
Yeah, no, and it's really tough. So we gave some days off. We played some games. We just kind of kept it loose. Hard practice here and there, nothing. We're not going hard every day. Those kids need a break. It's a long 2.5 weeks to be going 110% all the time. So, it's been nice, but boy, I miss doing events, and I'm ready for ours.
Yeah, with that, how important is it, to when you get the practice times, when you go hard, to go hard, not to waste a practice here, because with those 2.5 weeks, it's easy to maybe get a little bit of rust, and you can't have that when you get to the state tournament.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that's what you're going to see a lot of the time, and you're going to see that throughout the state tournament, that the kids are going to have rust. They haven't wrestled for a while and stuff like that. And you're going to see some kids kind of out of shape that kind of maybe lost it towards the end of the year now and stuff like that. So hopefully we don't run into any of that. And if we do, hopefully it's our opponent and not us.
Yeah, with the changes to the schedule, really didn't get a lot of chances to see, those Region 3, Region 4 teams. But I was kind of talking with maybe the younger kids, maybe somewhat of an advantage because they don't necessarily know to be afraid of some of these kids in the other part of the state.
Yeah, no, for sure. You're going to see a lot of 6, 7, 8 seeds kind of get knocked off the board this year at state. It's going to be exciting. Like I said, the seeding meeting this year is going to be crazy. Just because how you maybe did last year or something like that. An example, Sawyer Owens, we don't know where he's going yet this year for seeds. He might not be seeded just because he hasn't seen anybody in the West, really. So that's going to kind of hurt him, but it might be in his favor also, so we don't know yet. We're looking forward to that, and it's going to be interesting to see how it all kind of plays out. It really is, and hopefully, like I said, once again, hopefully it just plays out in our favor, and I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Also with the changes to the state wrestling, and normally it's those really, especially if you're not in the dual tournament, it's those long 3 days, the wrestle one time in the morning, then that long break during the afternoon into the evening, all the way through those, first 2 days. Now it's kind of more like just a normal tournament there with the morning, early afternoon sessions Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, no, it's we got to go kind of tournament now. It's you don't have any big breaks. You don't have a long break, which that can play into favor for some people. If you're a thinker, if you're a person who likes to overthink things, you don't have time to overthink anymore. You just have time to go. For those guys who like to be methodical, film study all your opponents and stuff like that, it hurts them because they don't have time to do that anymore. Your matches are going to be back to back to back, and it's going to come fast. It's going to come quick. It's going to be an interesting state tournament, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how our guys compete in a state tournament that is way different than anything that we've ever seen before.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned there, go, and just how important is it, especially, Thursday morning to be ready to go. You mentioned with kind of the wild card, the mixed bag of seeding and whatnot, a lot of, close matches there will be, and just how important it is to get off to that start, win that first match, and from there, it's kind of back to a normal, 16-man bracket.
Yeah, no, you got to win that first match. If you don't, boy, it's going to be a long road back. Hopefully we don't experience too much of that. We're just going to hopefully have a good warm-up, a good morning. Hopefully everyone's weight's on track so we don't have to lose any weight the morning of. Like I said, a big warm-up is going to be huge, and that first round is going to be a major, major first round. You can't be losing it. If you lose it, boy, and you get upset or something like that, it's a long, long road back, and it's going to be a long 2 days for you, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about, some of the wrestlers here on the team. You got a couple of them that, if they have a couple of solid matches, you could see them there in that state finals, or very least they want to be able to, get a high podium finish. For a couple other ones, the right draw, the right matches, that they could easily be on that state placing podium as well. And, for a couple maybe the younger kids, it's just a matter of experience to kind of see what the state wrestling tournament is like and build on it in years to come.
Yeah, no, like you said, there's 3 phases of state. There's those kids who just want a state championship. There's the ones who just want to place, and then there's the other ones that are there for the experience. The experience this year is going to be huge for every kid. Hopefully that pushes them in the off season to they want to go back after we go back to a 16-man bracket. You feel the atmosphere. You feel the state. You wrestle in the big lights of the Fargo Dome. There's nothing like that. For the kids who want to place, you have to go and get it. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to. These 32-man brackets, you can't be falling behind. You have to upset some kids. That's what it comes down to. Those one for the state championships, you have to wrestle your match. We have 3 kids this year who could be very well on top of that podium, and it wouldn't surprise me this year. But they have to go out there and wrestle a match, a full 6-minute match with no mistakes. Yet they have to wrestle their match. They can't wrestle to anyone's style. And we have some kids this year that are all 3 of those categories, and hopefully all 3 of those categories get succeeded this weekend. I'd be really happy to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about maybe the mindset here for some of those that are the younger, the 7th graders, won't be seated, like you don't really know who you're going. Hey, why not go for it here? Really, what kind of do you have to lose kind of in that first round of the wrestleback round?
No, that's the nice part about all of our kids this year is there's nothing on you. There's no 1 seed hanging over your head. There's not even a 2 seed hanging over your head. The 1 and 2 are supposed to make it to the finals. Everybody else, you're good. If you aren't seeded, hey, what do you have to lose? No one's expecting you to win. So go out there and prove them wrong. Be an underdog. I always said hungry dogs always run faster. So that means that the more you want it, that's the harder you're going to push. Those seeded kids, they already kind of think, I'm seeded, that means I'm going to place. Well, we have some kids this year that aren't seeded, but they're hungry to be placed. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I know talking too with, some of the 7th, some of the 8th graders, even talking, with Henry, just a sophomore there. The talent that is here on this program here with some of the younger guys, and definitely, if they can continue to work, continue to develop, definitely some good years to come for Bro Wrestling.
Yeah, no, that's the nice thing about Bro Wrestling right now is we got one senior. We have a very experienced team, a young team, but we're good. And we're good up and down the board. We got some kids, which is exciting. And this state experience for them is going to be huge. I'm looking forward to it. And hopefully we can get some guys on top of the podium and on the podium also.
Yeah, absolutely. And now as you prepare here for this, state wrestling tournament, just talk about what the year's been like for you. Last year coming in as the co-head coach, now this year having to take that little extra step up here. Yeah, no, for sure. It's been an interesting year. Last year as a co-head coach, like I said, it was a normal year, and everything worked out pretty well. We had kind of a sad day at state with both Luke and Gavin not being on top of the podium, had some heartbreaking semifinals matches, but it was a good year. And then this year as a first-year head coach, boy, I can tell you it's not an easy year to be a first-year head coach, just all by yourself. You're given a lot of responsibilities as a head coach to be, first of all, and now you throw COVID on top of all of this, it makes everything a lot more interesting, a lot harder. And hopefully I did a good job, and all that will be on shine on Thursday and Friday of state wrestling. Yeah, here's hoping to that as well. Trace, thanks so much for your time. I know we're excited to cover the state wrestling tournament as well. I know we'll talk to you throughout that tournament as well. Good luck to you as well as all the kids at the 2021 state wrestling tournament. Perfect. Sounds good. Thank you very much for doing all this for us. All right, that is Hillsboro-Central Valley Borough Wrestling head coach Trace Bockey joining us on yourliveevent.com, our 2021 state wrestling tournament preview show.
Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with 10 locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help with your banking needs. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
There are more than 3.5 million people who work as truck drivers, according to the United States Census Bureau. From the transportation of ag commodities to help feed the world to packages that arrive at our door, and fuel to keep us on the go and warm in our homes. Patriot Fuels is proud to serve these hardworking men and women across North Dakota with clean facilities, great prices, and a friendly staff. Patriot Fuels in Alexander with easy in and out, hot showers, #1 diesel, and fresh food. Milner with hot food options including Cooper's Chicken and Wingman Pizza. Also located in Carrington, Devils Lake, Linton, and Lisbon. Patriot Fuels wishing everyone safe travels.
As we mentioned, the 2021 state wrestling tournament going to look a little bit differently this year as opposed to years past. The expanded state tournament brackets will now be 32 wrestlers as opposed to 16. There was no region individual tournament, so essentially every wrestler in the state of North Dakota is qualified into the state wrestling tournament. In addition to that, the individual tournament will only be Thursday and Friday this year. Class B will have the morning sessions both days, so early, ready, and raring to go these wrestlers will have to be. Coverage will begin 8:30 a.m. on Thursday morning. The pre-match show gets you ready for the tournament. We'll get up around 8:45 as really no breaks, continuous wrestling here. A couple rounds of wrestlebacks. They will wrestle through to the quarterfinals on Thursday and the third round of wrestlebacks. Thursday, the quarterfinals begin at 12:45 p.m. on Thursday. That brings us to Friday. Friday, if you make it to Friday, you are a state placer. Friday begins at 9:30 with the semifinals. So we'll go live about 9 o'clock. Pre-match show gets you set for day number 2, set to begin at 9:15 for that 9:30 semifinal start. After the semifinals, a couple rounds of wrestlebacks, and then the placing rounds and the championship. That begins at 12:30. Placing rounds championship all going underway as one. Again, just trying to limit the amount of exposure time inside the Fargo Dome. So no separate state championship round this season, but it'll still be a state championship nonetheless. Again, we'll have coverage for you on Friday, also on yourliveevent.com. For Saturday, that is the dual portion of the state wrestling tournament. That begins at 10 a.m. with the quarterfinals. We will have coverage of the Lisbon Broncos, also the Carrington Cardinals, right here on yourliveevent.com. Again, quarterfinals at 10. Semifinals consolation round is at 11:30. The championship 3rd and 5th place matches scheduled to begin at 1 p.m. on Saturday. To see the full schedule of the state wrestling tournament, as well as number of mats assignments, and additional information on the state wrestling tournament, we will link it in our description page to the official state tournament website to be able to find all that information for you. Again, we thank you now for tuning in to this yourliveevent.com, our 2021 state wrestling tournament preview show. We're so excited to be able to bring this coverage to you on yourliveevent.com. Again, our state wrestling tournament coverage on Thursday. We will start 8:30 going live. 8:45 will be our pre-match show. And 9 o'clock we'll get ready with wrestling to begin. All the matches can be heard on yourliveevent.com of Hillsboro-Central Valley Borough Wrestlers. Also, every hour at the top of the hour, we will run down a recap of the previous hour. Also, look ahead to the next hour upcoming. If you're unable to see us on yourliveevent.com, tune in during that time, during the top of each hour, as on 106.5 FM KRJB, our wrestling update, our wrestling recap will be over the airwaves of 106.5 FM. Same thing for Friday, same setup. We will go live at 9 o'clock. Our pre-match show begins 9:15. Same thing, top of the hour updates every hour to get more information of our state wrestling tournament on 106.5 FM KRJB. We thank you so much for tuning in to this state wrestling tournament preview show here for the 2021 state wrestling tournament. Hope to be able to provide more of these in the future here on yourliveevent.com with some of the other sports of Hillsboro-Central Valley Borough Athletics and some of the other teams in the other schools and towns that we also feature on yourliveevent.com. We thank the advertisers that you saw and heard throughout the broadcast here on this special state tournament preview coverage. Well, whenever possible, we ask that you please patronize these businesses. At the very least, stop on in and tell them thank you, as without them, this coverage or our coverage of the state wrestling tournament would not be possible. We thank you to the viewer as well for watching this state tournament coverage. Thank you to the teams participating. Thank you so much to Trace Bockey, being very helpful with this, helping organize a chance for us to feature these interviews. Also, thank you to the wrestlers that graciously talked to us for this state tournament preview show. I'm Brady Siebel saying thank you so much for tuning in to this state tournament preview show, and we hope you enjoy our expanded coverage this year of the 2021 North Dakota State Class B individual and dual wrestling tournament at the Fargo Dome Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.